Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling something pretty universal, I think. You land on some online store you never heard of, see a deal, and just wonder, is this legit? Or am I about to get scammed?
It happens all the time. And we found this great source, really practical, gives you a kind of checklist, a framework.
Exactly. A framework for vetting these stores fast. So our mission here is simple. Give you, the listener, a quick way to spot those major red flags, like really fast.
Yeah, before you even think about adding to cart, cut through the noise, get straight to the actionable stuff.
Okay, let's unpack this then. The source says scams usually start with that lure, right? The price.
Absolutely. That's step one, the price test.
Mm-hmm.
If it looks too good to be true, it probably is. We're talking prices way lower than anywhere else.
The crazy low.
Yeah, huge discounts on expensive stuff. The source calls it a critical thinking short circuit. It makes you want to grab the deal before thinking it through.
Okay, so huge discount is flag number one. What comes after you, like resist the urge?
Visual inspection, the product images, are they decent quality? Or do they look, kind of fuzzy, low res?
Maybe even stolen. Like you've seen that exact same picture on Amazon or somewhere legit.
Precisely. A quick reverse image search, like using Google Lens, can tell you if that image is plastered all over dodgy-looking sites. That's a bad sign. Suggests they don't even have the product.
Right. So price check, image check. If those seem okay, maybe the price is just a good deal, not an impossible one, and the pics look unique. What's next? The source says we shift gears, right?
Yeah, you move from checking the product to checking the business. Legitimacy checks. Transparency.
Okay.
This means digging into their About Us page. Is there one? Does it actually give you real information?
Like a company name, an actual physical address, how long they claim they've been operating.
Exactly. Hard data, not just marketing fluff. If that's missing or super vague, be wary.
And the contact info. This is where it gets really interesting, I think. The source focuses on the quality of it.
A working phone number is good. But also, look at the email. Is it a proper business email, like contact@their-domain-name.com?
Or is it just like some generic Gmail or Yahoo address?
Right. A free email address suggests they haven't bothered with even basic professional setup. It's not definitive proof of a scam, but it's another little flag.
And that physical address they list, assuming they even list one.
You got to check it. Use Google Maps or something similar. Is it a real business location? Or does it point to, I don't know, a random house or an empty lot?
Yeah, that's a big one. Verifying the address is crucial context.
Definitely a transparency issue if it doesn't check out.
Okay, so we've checked the price, the pics, the company basics. Now, the source gets pretty emphatic about the next step, external validation, particularly reviews.
Oh, yeah. Big warning here. Never, ever rely only on the reviews posted on the store's own website.
Why is that? Seems obvious, but let's spell it out.
Because they control those. They can delete bad ones, or worse, just completely make up glowing 5-star reviews. You have zero independent verification.
So where should you look?
External, unbiased sites. Think Trustpilot, SiteJabber, even just doing a Google search for store name reviews or store name scam.
Yeah.
See what pops up on forums, Reddit, anywhere else.
And what if you find nothing? Or just a few reviews that look suspiciously similar or recent?
That's another warning sign, especially if they claim to be an established business. No external footprint is weird.
Okay, and there's one more check related to this, the site's age. How do we check that, and why does it matter so much?
You can use a domain checker tool, like a Who's lookup. It tells you when the website domain was first registered.
Ah, okay.
And if a site selling thousands of items claiming years of experience was only registered, say, 3 weeks ago.
That screams scam.
It really does. It suggests it's a temporary setup, maybe part of a quick scam operation, a fly-by-night thing, doesn't fit with being a legit long-term business.
So what does this all mean? It feels like the core takeaway is pretty clear. You absolutely have to do your homework before buying from an unknown site, even just these quick checks.
Right. Run through this mental checklist. Price, images, about us, contact details, external reviews, domain age. It covers a lot of ground, fast.
It seems like using this framework, combining that price psychology awareness, the transparency checks, and the external validation should keep you pretty safe most of the time.
Yeah, it catches the most common stuff.
But the source kind of leaves us hanging with a final thought, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's provocative. It says, okay, prevention is key, but what if you do get scammed anyway?
That's the kicker. It hints that there are steps you can take, things you should know about trying to get a refund or disputing a charge.
So it's suggesting that having a recovery plan is almost as important as the vetting itself. Something most of us probably don't think about until it's too late.
Exactly. Something important to maybe look into before you ever need it, just in case.
Definitely something to mull over. Food for thought for your next online shopping venture.